By the time this video is up, I'll be 5 days away from graduating college, and I've had some time lately to reflect on the past 4 years, and I have more stories and memories to share than can fit in this video. In the past 4 years, I met my best friend, met the love of my life, and found a dope career. Wait, no I didn't. None of these things happened because for me, college was not the best 4 years of my life. And to be honest, some days I just want to forget it even happened. But to understand the full story of my college life, we have to go back before college, all the way to my senior year of high school.
We're breaking free!
This was my high school graduation, and yep, I was that guy who took a selfie as he received his diploma. But you see this photo? You might recognize some of these faces from other videos on this channel, but these were the friends that showed up to my graduation and made sure I had the loudest cheering section. And that's not an exaggeration. They were actually the loudest.
Let's go! Let's go! We love you!
Now, let me be clear. This photo doesn't even include the dozens of friends I had that went to the same high school as me. If you combine these two groups of friends together for a group photo, I think our faces would be way too small to recognize. Now, also, don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying any of this to brag, but I'm saying this to show you a little bit of who I am as a person. I am someone who cherishes relationships dearly, and I'm not someone who's just going to be a friend for a season, but I'm going to do my best to be by your side forever. I will be the same friend for you on your bad days as on your good days, and that's why I've been fortunate enough to have so many meaningful relationships in my life. That's also why the summer after graduation was the best summer of my life. Every day we were doing something new, trying to have as much fun as we can before we had to say goodbye for college. But of course, one day, we would actually end up having to say goodbye for college. So slowly, one by one, we all left home. Except for Anthony, who went to community college.
Yo, we gotta go! We gotta go!
Now, I'm not gonna lie guys, my freshman year of college was hella fun. It was almost like an extension of the summer before. I was in a new city with new people, and you know how some adrenaline junkies get high off of bungee jumping or skydiving? Well, for me, I feed off of meeting new people. So when you put me in an environment where strangers wanted to talk to me for once instead of vice versa, I lived off of that. But then my sophomore year came, and I don't know if it's just the nature of college or if I just made bad friends, but I started to feel alone. A bunch of my friends at school got significant others, and now the study dates where we rarely studied got traded in for romantic dates. And those that did stay single, they started to care a whole bunch about their career. Now every time I asked them if they wanted to do something, they'd say they were busy studying for the midterm that was 2 weeks away. And now the boy who held his relationship so dearly ended up not having anyone to talk to. Well, that is, except for one person. Back when I had 300 subscribers, I came out with a video called Sadness Comes Like Waves Sometimes. The video was about a lot of things, but it was also about one thing. I made a friend in college that understood me unlike any friend I had met before. While everyone else was busy going on dates or studying for a midterm, we would go on random walks and talk about our past heartbreaks, our present hardships, and of course our future dreams as well. And yes, she is a girl. And again, yes, I loved her a lot. But anyways, in a long, complicated turn of events, the girl ended up with someone else and we ended up drifting apart. And that sucked because the one person I thought I could still talk to was no longer in my life. And when junior year came, that sucked even more. That year was marked by death, grief, and a whole bunch of problems at home. And when you throw into that mess a boy with no outlets, you get a really, really scary situation. No exaggeration, I wanted to die. I wanted people to notice my pain so badly that I did things like shave my head. But what about your friends back home? Couldn't you talk to them? Yeah, you're right. I could've, but I didn't. I was jaded, I was tired of being hurt, I was tired of being the one who always put more effort into the relationship. So I waited for them to reach out to me first for once. but they never did. So when the pandemic brought the world to a halt, I moved back home and became a ghost. I deleted all my social media, stopped responding to the few people that would text me, and faded away from society. During this time, I asked God for the same thing day after day, that in this horrible pain and horrible depression, that I would be able to take a single breath. I prayed and prayed and prayed, but nothing really happened. I still felt pain, I still was hurt, I still grieved. Now I wish I could tell you there's a fairy tale ending to this story, that my friends and I made up and I returned to being the same carefree, idealist child I was before I went to college, but that never happened. I don't talk to too many people from college anymore, and I'm reluctant to open up as much in my relationships now, but I'm still here. And if you told me a year ago that I would breathe long enough to graduate from college, I would have called that a miracle. There was no single moment where I became happy again. No day I can point to and say, that's when things changed. But God still provided, didn't He? I asked for a single breath and He gave me enough air to survive another year. That's a miracle. So whether you peaked in high school or at the time of your life in college, keep on breathing. Because college wasn't the best 4 years of my life, but I'm still thankful.